Hi, Dr. Deepa Shetty here again. Today I'm going to speak on communication with your kids. How do we understand them beyond their words? So, first and foremost, let's understand that communication with your kids is going to make them feel valued and important. And also, when you are able to communicate effectively, you are going to teach them communication to their peer groups and to the world. So we are not only a parent out there who is going to be available for them, but we are going to be a role model to them through which they learn their ways in the world. So it's very, very important that first of all you understand communication with your own self and others, and then be a role model to your kids to develop that skill in them also to do an effective communication. That's where the kids learn from. So when our kids are trying to communicate with them, very important is that if you're around, pay full attention to whatever they are saying. I mean, if you're doing something out there and it's very really important, tell them that I will get back to you in some time. But don't listen them half-heartedly or giving a half attention. They require your full attention. So it's very important that if you're not able to pay attention out there, let them know that. Tell them that I'm having something in my hand and I want to complete it and get back to you so that I can give you full attention. Complete it in that way so that they really understand that their feelings is important. At many times they are going through a very strong emotion, suppose like a strong sadness, or because something happened in the school or in any other area they are angry. At such time it's very important that you will have to leave something and be with them, because if you address the emotion at the first time like that, then they will be somebody who will be listening to you, and second time when you tell them to give you some time, they will give it to you. So give full attention to whatever they are trying to communicate. It's very important that you give full attention to them when they want to communicate to you, because otherwise later on when you want to ask them or when you want them to communicate with you, they may not be available. It is same like with us, right? I mean, if I want to be communicating with you, something, and I'm going through some feeling, I would want somebody to give me full attention, and not when they are free and they can come and try to communicate with me, because that time I may not be going through the same feeling. So it's very important that you remain in a very listening zone to your kids. So what are the important aspect while listening is do an active listening. Be there completely. Listen to their feelings. See beyond their words. Address and see their body language. What is their body language speaking about them? Sometimes they're not able to articulate everything in the feeling. Look at their body language. When they're trying to say something and they find short of words, don't jump to conclusion, give them the words. I mean, they may be sometimes not able to have the vocabulary to their feelings. There may be a reason in such that they are not able to voice out their feeling correctly. Give them space and time to do that. In some time they will learn to voice out their feeling effectively. And when they really need your help, if they ask for it, then give them the feeling words which can address their feeling correctly. They will definitely say whether it is right or wrong. So you may not be right many times, so don't go with the whole attitude that I know better than you because I have more experience than you. If you go with that attitude, you will never be able to listen to the feelings completely, because many times we come across these feelings and we jump to a conclusion, this is how we must be feeling. Because I know my kids since the childhood, I know how the person is feeling, but we have to understand the baby is growing. The every point of their life, when they're babies to when they're kids, when they're child, when they're adult, when they're teenager, in every phase of their life they will be growing and they will be a different individual altogether because they are learning the skills. So it's very important, listen them with a clean slate, without without any preconceived idea about them. That's very important to have an effective communication with your kids. You may know them very well, and definitely no one can know them more than you, but we have to understand they are growing and their feelings may change according to the way they are growing. So listen with a full concentration, see their body language, allow them to speak, don't cut them, give a full listening ear with an active listening. And when they have completed Don't jump into problem solving. They may just want you to listen to their feelings, and they may not want a solution at that point of time. So just don't jump into a problem solving, because we all do that. We can't see our kids into that state of mind many times, and we want to give a solution so that they come out of that feeling. But allow them to feel whatever feeling they're feeling, whether it is a good news which they come and share with you, or whether it is a sadness, embarrassment, anger which they may not come and share with you if you don't give a listening skills to them or listening ear to them. Because it's very hard for anybody to share that kind of feeling which is making them down, or which is making them not good about themselves. So they don't want anybody to see that. So if you're able to really be a listening person out there, and really be a parent who's listening them with full concentration and valuing their feeling that they're feeling at that point of time, then they will come to you often. And then you can really say that I am a parent who is becoming friend to my kid. So it's very important. Don't jump to the conclusion. Allow them to feel their feeling. Allow them to accept their feeling. When they ask for a solution to you, give a solution to them and see whether they are really okay with it. They may not take it. And you may say, okay, I know this only will work, but they may not take it. So be prepared to take a no from them, and be prepared to come up with another solution for them, because you'll have to understand their world and their language and give solutions. And uh, uh, any kind of communication with them has to be in their language. Then it will be, it will definitely be taken across. Even you may even a brownie point, because you could come up with a solution which they could really think over at least. That you should be able to take all of this, because that's where that is where it is very important that I am able to be a part of that person's, or that my baby's world, when the baby needs you the most. Even if you are not able to see them going through this kind of thing, you should be the first person they come up to and speak about their feelings. It's more important that they not only share with you good news and happiness, but also their sadness and anger. Many times during anger, they must be really going through a surge of emotions, and they may not be able to talk to you because they will end up screaming or something. So at that such time, please give them a space. It's very important that you give them a space, and later on sit with them, understand from where this whole feelings was emerging, what was the event which happened. Concentrate on that body language and say, I think you really feel upset and you're really angry that things didn't go according to your way. Whatever you could phrase across and tell them, let them open up completely, and then you may tell them lots of way to cope up with this kind of emotion. But first, listen to them, acknowledge their feelings. When I say we have to be a really loving parent out there, giving our time and space, it doesn't mean I don't have to discipline my kids. You will also do that too, because many times the kids, as they grow up above 8 and 9, they equally require disciplining from you, because that's where they will understand to draw a line between overflowing into their emotion or sulking in their emotion and taking action. So that time the discipline is a very important thing, but instructions given to them, the way they have to be and how they can be conducting themselves, should be in a very positive and loving manner. Because when you have to raise your voice sometime when they are doing wrong, it's important you do it with a high tone. There I will take you a session on how do we use our body language to communicate not only to our kids, to everyone else. So you may use a high pitched tone without getting angry out there, but to make them listen to your instructions very carefully. When they are not listening to you, then they are damaging themselves. That is a different aspect completely. But otherwise, try to give an instruction with a positive message beforehand. Like if you want your kid to clean dishes, suppose, so you can generally say that I know you are very good in remembering things, and you have been very good in really taking my instruction, though I would want you to clear the dishes, and I know that you will remember to clear the dishes after dinner. So something like that, where you give a positive message to the kid, saying that you appreciate a lot of good qualities of the kid, and you would want them to grow further. So you may not label them that you never do this. You always forget. If you don't use such kind of words, the kid will grow into a person who will very enjoyingly do all the activities you're giving across to them. Also involve them in a lot of activities, involve them in conversations, take their point of view, because as they're growing they want to be feel, they really want to be, they want to feel valued, and they really are practicing independence. So effectively helping them to practice this independence, and also being around them to to see that whenever they slip, that you hold them very gently and tell them how to walk it right. That's very important. We may not be able to stop completely from whatever emotions they are experiencing, or from falling whenever they slip into some kind of argument with anybody, or the sadness they experience because of peer pressure, or the anxiety they experience during their exams. All this we may not be able to stop, but we can definitely be there to listen to these feelings of theirs and effectively allow them to experience this, and then go ahead and help them with the problem solving when they ask for it. So I hope this video was important, was able to throw some light on a communication skill with your kids. If anything else you all want to know about further, please put it across in the comment section, and do like my video, because then only I come to know whether I was able to make some difference in your life. Thank you. See you again. Stay tuned.